Hands over our heart. We're going to do our affirmation we always do. We're going to say, I'm doing the best that I can 3 times. And of course, you're on mute, so go at your own pace. Doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best that I can. Love it. Love this new scent. All right. Well, welcome everyone. We start our Wednesdays off with product education, and I'm going to be leading that tonight. I'm sorry if I'm kind of my lighting in my room is not the best, so I'm sorry if I look super dark, shadowy. But we are talking about an oil that's very light and cheery. Today it is Citrus Twist, which is our product of the month. So I'm going to share my screen so everyone can learn a little bit more about this wonderful oil. I got really lucky because mine came this afternoon. I was hoping I would get it before this call so that I could speak to it a little bit more, at least firsthand knowledge. So Citrus Twist is the product of the month, and for all of our newbies kind of joining us or our oldies, just a good reminder. Product of the month is something that doTERRA gifts us every month if we order 125 PV or above on our LRPs. So they've been doing this wonderful thing lately where they keep giving us limited time blends, which are not for sale, just through the product of the month. So to get your hands on this one, you can't buy it, but you can get it for free if you do 125 PV order on your LRP. And the key is doing that on or before the 15th of the month. So when you're picking that LRP date, you can always choose the 15th or below. That's why it has those 2 different colors on the calendar. And you can ensure that you'll get the product of the month. And even if you're not ordering 125 PV every month, it's just best to keep it there just in case you are, so that you can kind of anticipate getting that special oil every single month. So this oil, when I first read about it, I kind of pulled a bunch of resources. I found that it was designed specifically for aromatic use. So it's designed specifically for us to diffuse. And I also learned it has kind of a different smell straight from the bottle than it does when we're diffusing it. So it's a very citrusy, kind of sweet, spicy aroma. And the reason for this is because it has our citrus, wild orange, has lemongrass, it has ginger, litsi or litsia. People pronounce it 2 different ways. And it also has ginger extract. So when you smell it, definitely one of the first smells or scents that I pick up is the litsi or litsia. Litsia is also in the blend Stronger. So if you have Stronger, you're going to recognize that scent. But then after that, I could smell the ginger in there and the lemongrass, and definitely that little twist of the wild orange. It's really bright. It's really cheery, really fresh. And again, it's specifically for diffusing. But if you notice on this picture, it also has the T for topical use. So you can use it right on your skin topically, just for a kind of pick-me-up. And I'm gonna move forward. So there's a bunch of different uses that you can use Citrus Twist for. This right image was in our group, but I also learned that, of course, it's uplifting, it's cheery, it brings a touch of sunny spirit to any room. You can also use it when you are practicing your daily affirmations. So that's why I wanted to use mine tonight. And then also a great little tip was that you can add a droplet or 2 into a car diffuser. I forgot that word. Maybe you got the new Pilot if you were lucky. Or you can drop it on a cotton ball and put that in your car to experience that sweet, refreshing aroma on the go. So definitely use that tip with diffusing too if you don't have a diffuser in your car yet. You can get the Pilot, you can do that. Or I have these little felt balls kind of on a string that I put my oils on, and it makes my car smell so, so good. All right. Liza also shared these wonderful diffusing blends with this oil. So if you haven't been on our Facebook group, definitely go maybe save them. I love to save different diffuser images so I can look back and make them. So yeah, definitely try any of these. They all sound wonderful. I know I love geranium, so that's probably going to be the first one I try is this spring morning with the citrus twist and geranium because I'm such a floral person. But this deep breath sounds great too with the eucalyptus and citrus twist. All right, so if you're a total info junkie and you just love to input new information, I actually found that there was a podcast that they did on citrus twist, and it made me think about how these resources are out there that some of you might not know about. So if you are a podcast person, which in normal life I am, I haven't really been listening to them too much because I used to listen to them while I got ready for work. Obviously, I don't really get ready anymore. I just put on a t-shirt or something. But anyway, podcasts are great because you can listen to them when you're doing the dishes or doing something kind of mindless like folding laundry. And there's a couple of different channels. The first one here is the Essential Oil Solutions. So definitely check this one out. This one, the Essential Oil Solutions, has so many different podcasts on different kind of health themes, oils, sourcing information, and more. And the episode on citrus twist is kind of interesting because they really dive into the different oils within citrus twist, and they kind of they went down the Greek mythology kind of history part of each of them. So if that's something that you'd like to learn more, I definitely would recommend you catch the episode. It's about 10 minutes. And then while you're there, check out whatever else that you can find because it's great. I remember I really like the one on LLV, and then also one on skincare, a couple I've listened to before. And then if you are on the business side as well, the Empowered Success is another podcast that you can follow with doTERRA, and they have some shorter, some longer, different podcasts, but you can look at the different topics or titles, and you can jump right in there and learn more. So I just wanted to throw those resources out there because there's so much out there for us that sometimes it's almost overwhelming, but I think everyone connects differently with different resources. So if you're a podcast person, jump right on and check that out. But yes, that's my story with citrus twist so far. We're still kind of learning more and more. So I'm going to stop my share and then see if anyone has used citrus twist yet, if they've gotten it yet in the mail, and if they've tried any sort of blends or recipes with it yet. Not yet. Diana looked like she is getting it in the mail soon. What was that, Diana?
I got mine today and I smelled it and I started to diffuse it, but I've been diffusing something else and it just kind of killed it. So I gotta get a clean diffuser to start it. But it smells great. I'm looking forward to using it.
Yeah, it is a really nice one. Definitely, you know, when you think about your oils that are sometimes a little more powerful, this is definitely a powerful aroma. Yay, we have another. Leslie says she received hers today, but she hasn't opened the bottle yet. And Ray says, great reminder to listen to the podcast again. Yeah, and everyone's saying hi. Yeah. All right, anyone else tried it? Want to share anything about it?
I just have a question. How come it can't be used internally? Like, what is in it that can't be used internally?
That's funny. I was wondering the same thing. It could be the ginger root because it has an extract, or I'm not too sure about Litsi, if Litsi is something that can be taken internally. Does anyone have that bottle close by they could check? I can check too. It's a great question.
Litsea is not for internal use.
Let's see. Okay,
Mm-mm.
that
Yeah,
must be the one.
it's not
then.
marked as internal use.
Thanks, Liza.
Yeah. All right. And, you know, just a friendly reminder about that. I mean, we definitely don't want to go around promoting people to use, and I'm so sorry, guys, I'm like in transition, to use essential oils that aren't labeled for internal consumption internally. But just because so many of you guys are on here, Melaleuca, actually, when we did the name swap to tea tree, they took off the supplemental facts from there. And I don't want to misquote Emily, but Emily gave a reason why and said she still is going to use it internally, even though that bottle had that label taken off. A lot of people, Citrus Bliss is not labeled for internal use, but I've seen a lot of people use that internally. There's a great On Guard popcorn recipe somewhere in our Facebook group and even on my Instagram page, but some people make it instead with Citrus Bliss. So, you know, I have taken oils that have not been labeled for, you know, have not had the internal use label on there. And so as a seasoned oil user, know that there, you know, that there is some leeway with that, but that's not the primary benefit that's recommended for that oil. So, all right. Thank you, Kate, so much for sharing with us about Citrus Twist. I'm excited to get mine in the mail. I haven't gotten mine yet, and add that to the collection. It's really important that we understand the oils that we're getting, or at least, you know, on some level, so that we can help our friends that are getting those free oils to utilize them. So thank you so much for that product education. We're going to do a little switcheroo. So if you are on, or you're going to stay on for business education, awesome. Thank you so, so much. I am going to stop our share. We're actually live on Facebook. So I'm going to stop